Yes, people, what is going on? Hope you're all good. England 2, Norway 1, finally getting round to doing the reaction for that game. Of course, as we now look forward to who we know we will play in a semi-final. It's the small little magician and Argentina. Of course, we will play Messi's world champions in a semi-final. It's a massive step up for England, but are they going to have enough to go through? Before we do that, we need to talk about the Norway game. Was it pretty? No. There's been a lot of things that have been spoken about. You have to think about the Wire of God. You have to think about Thomas Tuchel and Bellingham's comments to each other. And Erling Haaland didn't score. A lot happened. The game itself wasn't brilliant, but all England need to do is go through. I'm talking about this as an England fan, so of course, the only thing that matters is going through in this competition. I have been alive since 1998. And I have seen England in one World Cup semi-final, and I'm about to see them in a second. It's absolutely amazing, and this England team, regardless of what happens in the next two games, because of course we at very least will play a third place playoff, this England team is up there with one of the best that I've ever seen. Of course it is. It's made a World Cup semi-final. Is it better than 2018? Maybe that's debatable. But currently, as it stands, this is a golden era of English football. Even look at the Lionesses, winning back-to-back Euros and making a World Cup final. English football is in a great place right now. Despite being in this great position, we had to get over the massive task that was Norway. They were really going to cause a problem for England, particularly Erling Haaland. But Erling Haaland's 14 consecutive games in a row he had scored for his nation until he played England. From a defensive point of view, you can argue maybe the lineup wasn't right, maybe this, maybe that. The goal, should Jordan Pickford do better? Maybe. How is it allowed to get out to him? Was it a foul? All this stuff, you can start talking about all of that. But England did the one thing they needed to do in this game, which was stop Erling Haaland. John Stones getting dispossessed at the back. Lucky Haaland didn't score there. Sorlov should have played Haaland through. Maybe 2-0 down, England wouldn't have come back. But by hook or by crook, England went through. Two fantastic goals from Jude Bellingham. The play was really good. The touch on his first goal, for the passing from Anthony Gordon to get it into the right path that he wanted to take it into, drawing the defenders in, giving himself half a chance to shoot, and then of course firing it past the keeper with his left foot. Absolutely great finish. But then to go and get the winner in extra time, Jude Bellingham has turned into a different gear of footballer at this World Cup. A lot of the talk at the start of the tournament was about how Harry Kane was going to have to carry England all the way to the trophy. And when you were looking at the stats, it was very obvious to see why. Harry Kane was clearly and obviously the only hope England had of maybe winning a golden boot. His goals were so important, whether that be open play, headers, or, of course, penalties. But Jude Bellingham's goals have all come from open play. And it's absolutely incredible. I mean, just have a look at the stats of Jude Bellingham as of right now. He has just taken his game up a gear. He currently sits fourth in the Golden Boot charts, ahead of Harry Kane, both level on goals, but technicalities mean that Jude Bellingham just pips ahead. Erling Haaland, of course, now out of this tournament, can't win the Golden Boot. He's ahead of the pair of them, so the likelihood is they will end up with a top three finish in this Golden Boot if they are able to go and get another couple of goals. But particularly from an England point of view, we don't care about Golden Boots. We don't care about who's going to win it. We care about scoring goals that are going to win us games of football. And that is exactly what England are doing at the moment. Now, do we need a few other goals coming from elsewhere? Absolutely yes. And I think that the forwards that we've got, we have the ability to get those goals. We just need to see it more regularly. Forget about the goals. Clearly enough spoken about the goals. I want to talk about the actual play in the game, because let's be honest, towards that last 30 minutes where we knew we had every chance of going through, having taken the lead through Jude Bellingham, there were some fantastic performances. I want to throw names in there like Reece James, Jed Spence, Elliot Anderson all game I thought was great, especially after Declan Rice went off as well. England really did show up. But Jed Spence and Reece James, from a defensive point of view, nullified a lot of the attacks that Norway had. And I think they are getting their flowers, but I think they need more. Genuinely, I have been a critic of Jed Spence and his inclusion in the squad. I didn't necessarily see it, but when you see a performance like that where he cared so much and he even chased down the ball and almost managed to score a third off a ricochet, that's absolutely brilliant. Thomas Tuchel before this tournament was talking about a team that you don't want to play against. Now, I have to say, I don't necessarily know where Jed Spence fits in this team. Is he a right back? Is he a left back? I couldn't tell you. It's a nightmare. But would I want to play against him? No. No, I would not. He's big, he's physical, he's aggressive, he's a good tackler, good ball player. I wouldn't want to come up against Jed Spence. You have to have the supporting cast around him, of course you do, but when you look at the back line and some of the experience and the quality and the pace that we have as well, it means that teams are going to have to come up with different ways to beat England. Which now moves me on perfectly to Argentina. What can England do to beat Argentina, and what do Argentina have to do to beat England? The most important thing from an England point of view, as I've already said in this video, is win. It's win this competition. Win the game and then go on to a final. Now, from an England point of view, you have to stop a certain someone. Of course, it's Lionel Messi. The way that he's been playing in this tournament, he's been drifting out to the right-hand side. He's been drifting into the number 10 space. The thing about Argentina, no naturally recognised wingers. A lot of their width comes from when people move wide from central positions. It could be De Paul, it could be Enzo Fernandez, it could be Lionel Messi, it could be Lautaro Martinez, it could be absolutely anyone. That's what you need to watch from an England defensive mindset, is where those big players are ending up and what spaces they're creating by moving out wide. If you leave the wrong person in a bit of space from this Argentina team, they will make you pay. Aggressive nation, good at winning the ball back, and they know that they need to win. Messi has his last World Cup. England could be the team that knocks them out. Or it could be Argentina are the team that go back-to-back, potentially beating France in both finals to win 2 World Cups. Which is possible? Both. Which is likely? Possibly both. With that being said, I'm not necessarily so sure this Argentina team are as good as everyone makes them out to be. I think if they would have been 11 on 11 against Switzerland, I would love to have seen how that game went. But they were not good in their quarterfinal game. Messi didn't score for the first time in, I think it's 9 consecutive games at World Cups. He did not score, and that is a big factor. The goal from Julian Alvarez is an absolute screamer to put them 2-1 up. They get the third a couple of minutes from time. But the second goal from Julian Alvarez, that's who they're potentially bringing off the bench. It's stacked in certain areas, but it's not the best team in this tournament at all. So the main thing I would say from an England point of view, defensively, got to be sound. Going forward, balls into the box. They're not that big of a side, especially at the back. Romero has got mistakes in him. We've seen it in the Premier League. Martinez is small. He is a hatchet man. If you can go round him or go over the top of him, maybe try and make the most of it. He is very good, to be fair to him, Martinez, at going forward. Some of the passes he's been playing, especially over to Messi, brilliant passes, trying to play in behind the back four. Another thing to factor in for England. But England need to score goals. If England want to go and win this game, it might be a case of if Argentina are at full flow, you might have to go and win this game 4-3. So the most important thing I would say from an England perspective is we need to get more people on the score sheet. I think it's doable. I'm thinking about people like Saka, Gordon, maybe someone like Declan Rice, Morgan Rogers shooting from distance, absolutely fantastic for the Bellingham second goal. Shoot and create your own luck. That might be what gets England through. You've got to take chances, you've got to go on the front foot, and it is a World Cup semi-final. You are in the final for England. Don't back down from nobody. It doesn't matter who this team was who we're going to come up against. If you make it into the final four, you are there for a reason. Go and show everyone what that reason is. This is where Thomas Tuchel was brought in, was to essentially go and manage us from the semi-finals and onwards. Do I think he can do it? Absolutely yes. I'm a Chelsea fan. I saw his in-game management when we won the Champions League. He really has got it. England need to listen to Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel needs to respect the situation, which he always will, as he always does. He needs to go for it. He needs to stick dynamite up the backsides of a few players, but that is the reaction that England need. No one will talk about how you have to play amazingly well to win a World Cup. Everyone talks about that 1970 Brazil team being the greatest team that's ever existed, and we are not going to deny that. They were excellent. But other than that, how many World Cup teams can you mention that actually played phenomenal football and won it? There's been a few, but they don't instantly come to the top of your mind, because the only thing that matters is lifting that trophy at the end of it. And that's what England got to try and do. Get ourselves into a position where that trophy could be ours. And Argentina is definitely not the worst tie that we could have got. We have to potentially get over Spain, not conceded a goal yet at this tournament, or France, the top goal scorers at this tournament. Very different styles that England are going to have to deal with in a potential final, but it only matters if you get through who is in front of you. Could this be Messi's last game at a World Cup and England are the team to knock him out? Could this be part of the legacy of Lionel Messi? Who knows? But this game is going to be aggressive. It's going to be feisty. It's going to be very similar to the Mexico game. And we saw what England did in that. So is it possible? Absolutely. Are England going to go through? It's a semi-final now. I think we are, yeah. I think we're talking about a World Cup final. This is the beauteous thing about being an England fan and saying it's coming home. It may not come home. There is every chance that it may not. But you can be absolutely certain for the 4 weeks that tournament is going on, I am going to live in belief. If the belief stops after this semi-final, then so be it. I'll be there in another 2 years for the Euros, then another 4 years for the World Cup, believing in the team and believing that football can come home. You have to believe, you have to go for it. And as a nation, we are getting caught up in it because we believe there is a chance it can happen. And that is the success, even if it doesn't. England are a fantastic team and we should be so proud of them. Go up against the biggest test that England have had yet. We are talking about these big games and how England will play better in them. This is the time to go and prove it. So Tommy T and all of the England boys, get out there and give them absolutely everything. As a Miami Dolphins fan, I know about the heat in that stadium. It's definitely a huge factor. I have been there myself. I know even I had to move in the stands because I was too hot, let alone what it would be like running around on that pitch for a couple of hours. England's performance was not great. Argentina also played 120 minutes as well. This game though, in Atlanta, indoors, in aircon, England, fantastic opportunity. Go and give them everything. If you're new around here, make sure you like, share and subscribe. England, could this be the one?